Okay, so Rivunami has a new video. Here is his new video right here, 24 karat gold-tinted Memeplex. So anyways, Rivunami is not just a reactor, but also a video creator. And he has the silencing, this video here, and which is a little bit more than a month old. And this is one that I reacted to before. And so this is the original character that's the main character for this video. There's a bunch of original characters and a bunch of cameos in it. And I already reacted to this right around the time it first came out. And I got a whole huge list of second-by-second breakdowns in the description, and then overflow into the pinned comment and replies to the pinned comment. So a whole bunch of information about the silencing is in that reaction video of mine, as well as in Rivunami's about the silencing video, and in comments to this video, and in comments to the silencing itself and everything. But anyways, we are here now to do the gold-tinted Memeplex. And so it looks like Rivunami has a new profile picture, so not the mechanical girl that he usually represents himself with, that I think is this blonde here, but rather a different one. And so anyways, let's go in and let's see. Okay, let's pause it, and we will make it big, or actually let's look at this. Okay, so epilepsy warning. After what felt like millennia, I have finally finished this project for probably very few to understand to a full extent. I wanted to make this idea for quite a while during the production of the silencing. Okay, so the idea for this video is more than a month old if he was thinking of it during the silencing. Once again, I wrote the lyrics myself without any AI assistance. The footage is all done with Grok. Imagine a little Vidu Q3, and the music was Suno, of course. I may or may not do a deep dive for this video. So he did do a deep dive for the silencing, like I said before. Although there will be less to talk about compared to the silencing, there aren't any deep messages in this video. It's pure nostalgia and fun with some cameos and OC stuff. Okay, so it looks like since there are cameos, oh, there's a bunch of cameos. Okay, so not a huge list. Oh, I'm in there. Look, there I am, Penny Bloomfield. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you, Rivunami. Yeah, so I will try to do a regular watch through and then a super pause watch through. So let's go and rewind it, and let's look at it.
Set sail on the tubular seas. Three-way handshake complete. Gotta punch those keys. A name's not needed. You're the man now, dog. Move, zig, now all your bases all belong. Drop the anchor, we've arrived, though the ground's anew. That man at the desk, yeah, he's grinning at you. Touch the untouchable, break the unbreakable. Watch out for that bear, he's quite unshakable. Surfing the net towards a golden age. Travel back in time from your homepage. Show us memes with cream topped in chocolate rain. We'll take a little stroll down memory lane. Older than your gram, but there's no dust. 24 kilos of JPEG crust. Just like the cheese, this golden Memeplex stands alone. The pool's gotta close for reasons you have known. legends of the Katnarog lore. Long cat and techno shall settle the score. A third in the ceiling watching your room, and the yellow one that's speedy gone with the boom. Now look to your left, that ominous pressure. Scout is not wrong, power with no clear measure. One famous red-haired clown with crazy eyes delivers a happy set of burgers and fries. Versus the vamp in intimidating pose. Epic road roller, all time he has surfing the net towards a golden age. Travel back in time from your homepage. Show us memes with cream topped in chocolate rain. We'll take a little stroll down memory lane. Older than your gram, but there's no dust. 24 kilos of JPEG crust. Gold-tinted memes for the classy fanatic. She even bought a dog, that boy's dramatic. Why none of that dope scroll to slop slave? Every main force that puts Millhouse to shame. Brain rot is brain rot, but we've been outdone. This is but a friend, the railroad's blood out the sun. Not even do music could excuse all that fail. Peanut butter jelly time, banana for scale.
Oh, there I am, and I've even got the pennies. Yeah, a lot of people give up on the pennies because it's really hard to convince the AI to do them. Thank you, Rivunami, thank you.
If you ask me, hit or miss, I think the answer's obvious. Surfing the net towards a golden age. Travel back in time from your homepage. Show us memes with cream topped in chocolate rain. We'll take a little stroll down memory lane. Older than your gram, but there's no dust. 24 kilos of JPEG crust. Just like the cheese, this golden memeplex stands alone. The pool's gotta close for reasons you will know. Surfing the net towards a golden age. Travel back in time from your homepage. Show us memes with cream topped in chocolate rain. We'll take a little stroll down memory lane. Older than your gram, but there's no dust. 24 kilos of JPEG crust. Our nostalgia has ended, but never forget. Learn to lurk more, you're a massive
Okay, so that was cool. I think there was a bunch of things I didn't get, but I did recognize a lot of very old memes that are like probably 15 years old or more. Although, you know, they are ones that are still around now, they just are not as common. Okay, so let's make it big and do the super pause react. Oh, and I do really like this instrumental part at the beginning as far as the music. There's some parts later on that I don't really like, especially the scream singing, but I usually don't like scream singing anyways. But I do like the first Rivunami song, the silencing, better than this song.
all aboard set sail on the tubular sea.
I think this might be a reference to when people were calling everything tubular. You know, there's various words that go in and out as the cool word to just put into every sentence to prove that you're young and you're in on things. and tubular was the word for a while. And then I see this ship is, I can't quite read that, but then that says anonymous, and that refers to Anonymous, which is what the people from 4chan, and I think a few other websites, but mostly 4chan, have called themselves for decades. Okay, not sure who this is. I think might be an original character. I know there were a bunch of original characters in the silencing, and I was expecting some to appear here, like She Who Grins, but I didn't specifically recognize any, so either I just didn't remember them well enough, or they're in slightly changed forms, or they didn't appear.
Three-way handshake complete.
Okay, and then this one is also someone that I don't recognize.
Gotta punch those keys. A name's not.
Okay, and then we've got Night Owl, and we've got Gaming Syndicate. Oh, and notice how his ear looks like it's the wrong skin color. Gaming Syndicate himself has said that when he tries to make his character, the AI does that all the time to his skin. It doesn't seem to like a character that has nearly all of their skin covered up and just a tiny bit showing, like maybe here and on the ear. And then it gets confused about what skin color it is, and it starts like taking the color of him from his clothing or from his hair and putting it on his skin. So that's an error that often happens with Gaming Syndicate, but it's just something that the AI stubbornly does. It's not actually part of his character design.
I need it. You're the man now, dog. Move, signal all your bases.
Oh yeah, and then all your bases are belong to me. That's a super famous meme from a video game that was like poorly translated, and then everyone spread the meme all across the internet for many years. Okay, and then you're the Chan Now dog, and it's got the 4chan symbol. So they're arriving at I guess this would be 4chan Island or something.
Grounds on new, that man at the death.
Okay, so this guy looks familiar, but I'm not sure who this is. I'm sure someone else can identify him.
Yeah, he's grinning at you. Touch the untouchable.
Okay, and then, B. That's the most famous part of 4chan. I think the different parts are called boards. Yeah, this was where like a lot of the most disgusting memes would appear first and then spread everywhere else.
Break the unbreakable, watch out for that bear.
Okay, and then this is Pedo Bear, and then I think this cameo is Blastbox AI, who makes a lot of Skybrowse content. I think all of it or most of it is audio only.
Quite unshakable.
Okay, and then here's Reaving Mango, and he's got 2 mangoes, and then this term here was a term that was used a lot towards girls on the internet. It was like, don't ever show up anywhere and claim to be a girl unless you're willing to prove it with a photograph of these. And because there was a time on the internet when girls were outnumbered about 25-1, especially on certain websites, the ratio would be much, much worse. And of course, nearly everyone who showed up claiming to be a girl on especially the really male-dominated websites was much more likely to be a male who was trying to catfish or troll or get attention or something like that. So people really had a low tolerance for people claiming to be girls. And I know that at that time I was one of the girls on the internet, and people that I knew who were also girls on the internet that I knew in real life that went on the internet, because back then a lot of people just didn't go on the internet. But a lot of the girls that I did know, I remember would just claim to be guys because they said it's much less trouble that way. I'll just claim to be a guy. And, you know, some of them would come out to their online friends years later and, you know, a decade or more later and say, actually, I'm a girl. And then they get confused reactions like, wait, are you trans? And it's like, no, I'm not trans. I was always a girl, you know. So sometimes that kind of stuff would happen.
Surfing the net towards a goal.
Okay, and then this is Rivunami's self-representation character, this mechanical girl with wings and one horn and a halo. And it seems this used to be the profile picture, but he's got a different profile picture now. He used to have this one. Oh wait, he's back to this one. Did he just now change it? I was on his page and it was different. Yeah, it's this one on the page, but it's this one here. Wow, I didn't know that you could do that, where you could have one here and then one down here. Okay, so yeah, this is his profile picture, and I guess I don't know who that is. Maybe we'll figure it out later. Okay, maybe a new OC.
Golden age, travel back in time from your homepage. Show us memes with cream topped in chocolate.
And this is Creamy Manjaro, Skybrow's original character and probably his most famous original character. And this particular one is the cryptocurrency version, Creamy Moonjaro. Just ignore that. My cats are knocking down things. That's what those noises are. Okay. Looks like that's a naughty cat. Okay. I'm actually going to have to pause it. There's too much cat naughtiness. Okay, I'm back. I finally figured out how to pause OBS so people don't have to hear me like stop and deal with my cat and, you know, drink water and cough and all that stuff. So really cool. I finally figured out how to pause that. Okay, so anyways, this is Creamy Moonjaro with the cryptocurrency symbols from the video Crybrows by Skybrows, so a different version of Creamy Manjaro. And do not buy the meme coin. That is not having anything to do with Skybrows himself. And there's a bunch of them that have appeared. Okay, so let's go.
Rain. We'll take a little stroll down memory lane. Older than your
Okay, so we've got a bunch of cameos here. Oh, and it says bar that they're drinking in, but it's the B bar. So another reference to the B area of 4chan. Let me just use the keys to go backwards. Okay, so, and then my cat is still being so naughty, trying to climb on everything. Okay, okay, so this is Keen, the pirate VTuber, and he's got an eye patch instead of the usual like red sash that goes over his eye, because once again the AI is really stubborn about that and will almost never actually do that. We've got Skybrows himself, we've got Silas Frostrunner, and we've got a Cosmic Otaku, and I can tell that these symbols are wrong. But it's really hard to get those symbols correct. So those are symbols that were invented by a Cosmic Otaku, and so completely invented symbols, but they're very specific, and I can tell that these are not correct.
than your gram, but there's no dust. 24 kilos of JPEG crust, just like the cheese is gold.
Okay, and then this is the the moon guy. He was like in, I think it was McDonald's commercials or some other commercials like many years ago, and then he like came back as a meme on the internet, and I think he ended up being like labeled as a racist meme, but I don't know enough about him to know if he actually is a racist meme or not, because you know they'll label anything as racist nowadays.
The Memeplex stands alone. The pool's got.
Okay, and then this is a reference to a really famous raid on, I think it was Habbo Hotel. It was one of those games where you could go and just socialize with people. So one of those multiplayer games, MMOs, but you would just stand around. But yeah, so there was some sort of defect in the game where if people stood in place, they could completely block off an area. And then people that chose avatars that looked like this blocked off the pool and trolled people constantly. And there's a whole bunch of meme phrases associated with the whole incident. And yeah, I think it was Habbo Hotel. It was something that started with H Hotel. And they'd say pools closed because of AIDS and stuff like that. And then they kept getting people in real life to call pools and try to get them to close down and put up a sign saying pools closed because of AIDS. And also people would vandalize real pools by putting up signs and saying that pools were closed. And all kinds of extremely bad real life pranks that were sort of based on this online prank also happened. Oh yeah, and I think they were also doing the this symbol from World War II Germany when they would stand in blocking patterns. Yeah, so eventually they had to fix Habbo Hotel and all those games so that you couldn't just stand in a large group and completely block areas from other people.
Extensive legends of the Katnarog lore.
Okay, so yeah, this is a reference to Long Cat, which I think was just one picture, but then people would also make drawings based on the picture and pass it around. So Long Cat, and I don't remember that one there.
Long Cat and Techno shall settle the score, a third in the sea.
Oh yeah, and that Ceiling Cat, a lot of memes, Ceiling Cat is always watching you. And I think they eventually figured out that the photograph that Ceiling Cat was based on was actually like a cat looking through a hole in a wall and not a hole in a ceiling. But for some reason, the perspective just looked weird. And if you didn't have the context of knowing exactly where it was, it really looked like it was looking down from a hole in the ceiling. And then the yellow one that they're about to show, I don't remember that one.
Watching your room and the yellow one.
Yeah, yellow Speedy Cat, I don't remember that one.
Speedy gone with the boom. Now look to your left, that ominous pressure scout is not wrong. Power.
Okay, and then over 9,000, extremely common meme phrase that's still common today, but is very old. Based on Dragon Ball Z, there was an episode where the character said someone's power level is over 9,000, and then that caught on big time.
With no clear measure, one famous red-haired clown.
Okay, and then I'm not quite sure what this is about. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff online about really scary Ronald McDonald or really muscular Ronald McDonald, and then maybe it's just referring to that. I'm not sure.
Crazy Eyes delivers a happy set of burgers and fries. Versus the...
Okay, and then this is from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Vamp and intimidating pose. Epic road roller all time he has surfing the net towards a golden age. Travel back in time.
Oh yeah, and I wanted to mention that this segment here of the song I do actually like a lot. There was some scream singing that I think is later on where I really don't like it.
From your homepage, show us memes with cream topped and chocolate rain. We'll take a little stroll down
Okay, and there's Blast Box AI.
memory lane. Older than your gram, but there's no dust. 24 kilos.
Okay, and then I'm thinking that this is an original character, but I'm not sure. And then holding the coin with a pear on it. I'm wondering, is that a meme coin? I'm not sure.
Jake Beck Trust gold-tinted memes for the classy fanatic. She even bought a dog, and that boy's dramatic.
Okay, and then this is dramatic prairie dog or dramatic groundhog, I forget which. But a probably about a 3 or 4 second clip on YouTube that was probably viewed 1 billion times or something because it was just passed around everywhere constantly. Okay, and then we've got Night Owl and Gaming Syndicate again, and then they're battling crabs. So I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe it's a video game that they've played together, but it does say insert Vidu tokens to play, and Vidu is an AI. So maybe this is about the process of them creating AI videos. I know he's created Paper Moon and what was the other one? There's one with pirates, and then there's one based on a Halloween town. And then he's created a lot of like short material, just a few seconds long with his character. I don't think he's created any full-length music videos. Okay, let's go. Yeah, and it's possible that some of these things are referring to stuff that goes on the Discord server. I haven't been there yet, and I haven't decided yet if I will go there. Okay, so here's the yellow cat from before I didn't recognize. Do not recognize and do not recognize. Okay, now is this Ben? It might be that there's a character, a robot character called Ben, and then he's got a string of numbers after his name, and I don't remember exactly which numbers. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but in a slightly different order. I'm wondering, is that character? Okay, and then we've got trying to remember. Kura Anagarashi, I think Kura Anagarashi, and then he's strangling Millhouse. Every meme forced, it puts Millhouse to shame. So I'm not quite sure what that's about. Is there a strangling Millhouse meme that I don't know about? I'm not sure. Okay, looks familiar, but I'm not sure who this is.
But we've been outdone. This is but a friend, our arrows blot out the sun. Not even do.
Okay, this is a really familiar cat. I think this is a meme cat, but I don't recognize it. I can't remember. And then NEDM is probably a clue to this cat's identity, but once again, I just don't remember.
Could excuse all that.
Oh yeah, and then the video game in the background is Doom, a super popular video game for about 10 years on the earlier internet, and lots of Doom memes everywhere.
Peanut butter jelly.
Okay, so I'm not sure what this is about. Is this about that one guy that was dancing in a banana costume? Was it a Nizion? A Nizion dancing in a banana costume? Is that what this is about? But it's talking about peanut butter jelly time, so I'm not sure what this is.
I'm banana fusca.
Oh yeah, and this is the point at which it really starts going into the scream singing, and I don't really enjoy that kind of stuff. But that's okay, a lot of people do enjoy that. Okay, so we've got, this is obviously Feeble Mind, even though he doesn't have his eye patch and he has sunglasses instead, but a lot of times AI will do that. I'm thinking is one of Rivunami's original characters. I think I remember this character from the silent scene. Let me go, the silent scene, let me see, is that this character here? Let me, no, that's definitely not, because that character is brown hair. This character has like the blue hair that transitions to white. Okay, so it's not that character. It's not the cat girl character. Let's see, it's not that one. Yeah, there's a lot of original characters in the silent scene. It's not, let's see. This one, no, that one's blonde. Okay, probably it's just a VTuber that I don't recognize. Yeah, probably just a VTuber I don't recognize. And then this one I do not recognize. Oh, and there is me. Yes, there is me. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Rivunami. Okay, and then I think this is one of the Delta Wolf characters. Delta Wolf is usually represented as a muscular wolf guy who wears a blindfold and has one arm that looks like a galaxy. But sometimes Delta Wolf appears as a character that looks like this, so I think this might be Delta Wolf.
If you ask me.
Okay, so I don't know who this is. Okay, but there's a lot of these eyes appearing. Is this like, is this Alucard in female form, the girly card form? Or some kind of reference to it? I'm not sure. Yeah, and see, there's another character with eyes all over. It makes me think about Alucard in the female form, the girly card character from the Hellsing anime. But I don't recognize that character well enough to know if that is this character or maybe just a reference to that character. I'm not sure. And look, the gas mask makes me think about Gaming Syndicate, but this is a female character and with wings and with eyes all over, so probably not. Okay, so is this like no, this isn't Itami Works, is it? Is this Itami Works? Probably not Itami.
Travel back in time from your homepage. Show us memes with cream topped in chocolate rain. We'll take a little stroll down memory lane. Older than your grandpa.
Okay, and then this character was shown very early on, but I do not recognize. Yeah, there it is. So at 33 seconds, the same character was shown. Do not recognize this one.
There's no dust. 24 kilos of payback crust. Just like the cheese's golden Memeplex stands alone. The pool's got a...
Okay. And then another reference to the Habbo Hotel pools got a closed meme because of AIDS. And the character with the popsicle, I do not recognize. But I do know that there were a lot of popsicle eating like memes and pictures on the internet for quite a long time. And I think they were doing that also on The Man Show with Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel, which I think was around 20 years ago. That they were doing lots of popsicle eating on that show. So it might be a reference to that, which then spread onto the internet.
Close for reasons you have known. Surfing the net towards a golden age. Travel back in time from your homepage. Show us memes with cream topped in chocolate.
Okay, yeah, I think this is probably the Delta Wolf character, but I'm not sure.
We'll take a little stroll down memory lane. Older than your grand, but there's no...
Okay, this thing looks familiar, but I don't know what it is.
Just 24 kilos of JPEG crust. Our nostalgia has ended, but never forget.
Okay, and now they're leaving the 4chan island that they came from, And lurk more is a really common phrase on the internet, especially on the early internet. And and the more is misspelled, which was really common in meme phrases on the early internet, to deliberately misspell, partly because there were a lot of bad spellers on the internet then and not as much spell check. But lurk more would refer to people that would show up in a new place and they'd immediately ask like many multi-paragraph basic questions, and people would say, lurk more, don't ask us all the questions. You need to sit here for a little while and listen, and then you'll start to understand, rather than asking us all these paragraphs and paragraphs of questions suddenly. Okay, alert, firing the laser. Oh yeah, firing the laser, that was a big meme for a while. Yeah, and I think this was the character associated with it. It's like, I'm charging up my laser. And it was one of those like internet tough guy things where it's like, threatening to charge up a laser. And, when you're a keyboard warrior and you can't actually do anything in real life is like incredibly stupid. So, of course, since it was incredibly stupid, people passed it around everywhere. Okay, your PC ran into a problem and needs to, we're just collecting some error info and then we'll restart for you, 0% complete. Yeah, I think this is just a reference to the blue screen of death. And look, it's got the old CRT monitor in this beige color that used to be everywhere. Like, computers are, almost all of them are black now, the black plastic. But there was quite a long time when almost all of them were the beige plastic. And then the older computer, let's see, I think that's kind of like, looks like an error, but yeah, there's it definitely is an older computer kind of thing. Okay, so that was pretty cool. Oh, and then right here, I think, yeah, that's the Delta Wolf character. Delta Wolf, yeah, I think that's the Delta Wolf character that was just shown in that video. I have needed to go on Delta Wolf's channel and do a bunch of reacts for, a couple months now, and I just haven't gotten around to it. Sorry, Delta Wolf. Okay, so that was really cool. We'll give it a thumbs up. And I think I mostly got the things, so I don't think I'm going to go in my description and do a second-by-second breakdown, especially since there's so many videos now. Oh yeah, that one guy, Kura Anagarashi. Yes, Kura Anagarashi. That was that one guy in the video. Let me see if I can find him. Yeah, he's, where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay, so there's Kura Anagarashi, and then, and there's Kura Anagarashi right there. Yep, that's him. Okay, so, yeah, since I think I got most of the stuff, I'm not going to do a whole list of this, this second-by-second breakdown. Like, I used to be known for those, but I can't do them very much anymore because the number of videos that appears now is like 10 times as much as a month ago. So yeah, if I did that to every video, I'd get really behind. So if I think I got most of it in the reaction, then I just kind of like, well, watch the reaction and then you'll see the stuff. Okay, so that was a lot of fun, Rivunami, and thank you so much for my character cameo. I really appreciate it. Where am I? There I am. Yes, there I am. Thank you. Thank you, Rivunami. Thank you.